So we're at the top 30 of my countdown of my top 100 albums of the 90s. Not the top 100 albums of the 90s, because that would have completely different records in it. Probably maybe about 3 or 4 of the ones I've picked would be in the 100 albums of the 90s. But this is my 100 albums of the 90s, and therefore far more valid. I've just got the 10 out, and honestly, every one of these albums excites me a great deal. In fact, loads of them doing this countdown, but particularly these 10 now, it's just moved from being albums I really loved to albums I'm like, I have to listen to this album now territory. So, also, of the albums I've picked here, a lot of them seem to be box sets, which is good, because that means that the albums I love are being reissued on box set. So, number 30, my 30th favourite album of the 90s. I don't know why I made a slurping noise to go alongside Lip Slide. Oh, Lip Slide. I don't know if that's what Lip Slide means, but Sarah Cracknell, Lip Slide. If we're very careful, I can go. Did that work? Never mind if it didn't. You get the gist. From 1996, the lead singer of Saint Etienne took a break from being in Saint Etienne after their biggest UK hit, He's on the Phone, which is slightly odd timing. However, this album is magnificent, and this needs a vinyl reissue. Issue, not reissue, issue, full stop, issue, on lip pink coloured vinyl. It features the single Anymore, which was a UK top 40 hit. But then there was other singles released which didn't do anything, or they got cancelled or stuff like that. So Goldie got slated as a single, wasn't anything. And then Desert Baby, I think it was Sweden, got that as a single. We didn't. And then Ready or Not was featured on the Saint Etienne film. What Have You Done Today, Mervyn Day? Or is it the other one? I'm going to say that, and if anyone says I'm wrong, hey, congratulations for being right. Beautiful album, love it loads, and I've heard her sing some of the songs live off it, which is incredible as well. So hopefully that means it's coming on vinyl. I don't know why, I can't justify that. 29, Baby D, Deliverance, from 1996 as well, featuring the single. Oh, I didn't do my favourite off that one. My favourite track of that one is Ready or Not. Featuring the singles, Let Me Be Your Fantasy, I Need Your Loving, Everybody's Gotta Learn Sometime, So Pure, and Take Me to Heaven. Oh, also, Destiny was a single before they were famous, and also Casanova, also a single. Which on this album was recorded. Casanova was recorded live at Bowlers. And if you hear this album, you hear them go, Bowlers. I could walk to Bowlers from where I am now. It would take about 30 minutes, but I could walk there. I wouldn't want to. Even the car boot sales are bad there. Really bad. Full of people haggling over, like, yeah, that's just. So, Bowlers, from the record, I once heard somebody offer somebody £4 for a £40 bike, and then watched the guy who was selling it getting really, really annoyed about it, as they go, I will give you £4. And he did an accent, and therefore giving it away. What nationality the person? Well, I don't have rubbish accents. Oh, right, I'm completely off the subject now. Baby D, Deliverance, great drum and bass pop album, love it loads. The version I've got is beaten up to hell, because it's really hard to get on vinyl. My favourite track off this is obviously Let Me Be Your Fantasy, because it is one of the greatest records ever made. 28, Massive Attack, Protection. Again, one of the greatest albums ever made, which is going to get said for every single one of these, and I don't want to miss any out, so I'm going to say every single time in case the artist watches and say, you didn't say that on my record. And I go, I'll do that anyway. Protection, Massive Attack, with the singles Sly, Protection, Karma Coma. Was it just 3? Yeah, 3 singles. Featured vocalists, Tracy Thorn from Everything But the Girl, and Nicolette, who's featured in a countdown before. She does vocals on 2 of the tracks, which are absolutely gorgeous, Sly and 3. Horace Andy is also a featured vocal on this, but he's on all their albums. My favourite track off this is This is going to be a toughie again, because Protection is a wonderful song and Sly is a wonderful song, but I am going to go with Sly. 27. Bananarama, Please Yourself, said this ranks as my 27th favourite album of the 90s, and they hate this album. Technically, it isn't a very good album, but I love it a lot. That works in my head because it makes me really happy, and I don't think that listening to music is a thing where you go, oh, listen to that really technical thing that they do on that bit and that bit and listen to that lyric, it's really clever, it challenges your soul. As long as music makes you happy, it's valid. And even if Bananarama themselves don't particularly like this album, I still love to hear them do it live. It means a lot to me, and it makes me happy whenever I hear most of the songs on this album. There's one I don't like, which is one I don't like. Let Me Love You One More Time. I'm not a fan of that one. But moving on, and more great singles. The Last Thing on My Mind is one of the rare occurrences where a cover version has happened that is better than the original. The Steps version of Last Thing on My Mind is better than Bananarama's, but that's not Bananarama's fault, that's the production's fault. My favourite track off this is obviously Moving On. I automatically segued. I said moving on and I moved on. Right, 26. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's why, yeah. 26. Garbage by Garbage. Oh, it has a lenticular sleeve, which doesn't really do anything. I've never realised that the lenticular sleeve doesn't. Oh, it makes the feathers move. This is one of the aforementioned box sets. Because Garbage have been reissuing their albums with all the B-sides on vinyl as well, which is a great thing to do for the fans. Thank you so much, Shirley Manson and the boys. I remember the names, I just can't be bothered. From 1995 this got released, and it got released at a time when I was only into pop and dance, and I heard the Only Happy When It Rains and Queer. Then I heard Stupid Girl and I'm like, that's a great pop song! I like the whole album! And I do, I love the whole album. I've heard them do it live. Shirley Manson is an absolute god. I'm just checking the tags, I've not got my glasses on. She's a god. She's just one of the most decent people on the planet. She's the polar opposite of Nigel Farage. Think about that. Shirley Manson for Prime Minister. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? It'd stop her touring, probably. But I'd like to see her give it a go. Singles off this, I've said Only Happy When It Rains, Queer, Stupid Girl, Milk. Oh, Vow was a single, I think, before Only Happy When It Rains. I keep doing this as if it's going to actually do something. It's heavy, it's weighty, it's good. I love it lots, and it is my 26th favourite album of the 90s. 25th favourite album of the 90s is Madonna Erotica, from 1992. Yes, 1992. Now, I bought the Erotica cassette single when it came out, and I hid it from my parents because I bought Sexy MF and Erotica at the same time. I'm like, oh, they're going to tell me off for buying songs with rude words in them. Oh, I keep thinking it says 13, and I'm thinking I've only got a minute left, but I've not. That's 8.5 minutes. No, 9 minutes. I can't tell the time. Erotica, Fever, Deeper and Deeper, Bad Girl, Rain, and in some territories, Bye Bye Baby was also a single. But there's great album tracks on this as well. I particularly love Waiting and Thief of Hearts and Words. I think they're all really good. I even like Did You Do It? I think it's a really good feature on the album. Solid album all the way through. I really want to give this a listen now. And my favourite track of this is definitely Deeper and Deeper, but I love Fever loads. Loads and loads and loads. Madonna Erotica. 24. Tori Amos, Little Earthquakes. May shock some of you to see this fairly low down, but you know, there's a lot of good stuff coming. But she was one of the first non-pop acts that I got obsessed with. I got obsessed with Tori at the same time as I got obsessed with Björk. I got both their albums for Christmas one year. And I remember listening to the Sound All These Years cassette single a lot on my paper round, which, you know, just on repeat one. I remember it being Pouring in the Rain as well. It's a good memory to have attached to a song. So we got Silent All These Years, Crucify, Winter, China, all singles off this. And my favourite one off this is, it's definitely Silent All These Years. Definitely. I didn't do a favourite song off Garbage. My favourite song off Garbage is Only Happy When It Rains. Favourite song off, I did Erotica, Deeper and Deeper. Bit of admin, catching up with myself. Next up, 23. Kylie, Let's Get To It. Now, I've chosen to show off the box set because it is showing off the box set, because this is really hard to get hold of. And I want to thank my good friend Gavin for buying it for me, and all the others, because frankly I don't deserve that. So word is out, give me just a little more time, Finer Feelings. If you were with me now, yes, I recall correctly, with the singles off this, and my favourite of those is Finer Feelings. It's a wonderful song, and I don't know why she missed it off her greatest hits. And the cool thing about this, picture this, hello! Kylie, Let's Get To It again. Great Stock Aitken and Waterman pop album, which has had all these. She must have gone in there and said, I want it to sound like that, sound like that, sound like that, and then made them. In fact, I don't know why I'm assuming that, because someone told me that did actually happen. 22. Fox Bass Alpha by Saint Etienne. First album by Saint Etienne. Didn't properly feature Sarah as a vocalist here, but has Sarah as a vocalist on some of the tracks. Singles were Only Love Can Break Your Heart, Nothing Can Stop Us. I'm going to say Kiss and Make Up, because it was, and it's on there as a B-side. And that's it. Yes. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It still sounds great now, and when they do it live from beginning to end, and it sounds great. And even the instrumental tracks, they put a lot of work into bringing them to life on stage. I've got pins and needles. Old legs. So 22, Fox Bass Alpha. 21, another box set from Garbage, a dusty one. That. I'll back later. Garbage version 2.0 from 1998 with the singles Push It and Special and You Look So Fine and I Think I'm Paranoid, and in some territories the trick is to keep breathing. Good advice. And my favourite track of this, again we've got a box set with all the B-sides and stuff in here, like ooh. And my favourite track of this is, it's got to be Special. Special, great pop song, fits in with the theme of the album. Sounds a bit like the Pretenders, but I also love Push It loads. I also love I Think I'm Paranoid loads. No, that really was. Oh, When I Grew Up was also a single off this as well. So that's my enthusiastic dance through 30 to 21 of my top 100 albums of the 90s, and the top 20 is to follow. What could be in there? If anyone's watched the video up until this point, I'd really like to hear your predictions. Some of you are going to get it straight away. I'd really like to hear your predictions of what you think is going to be in my top 20. That's 20 albums. 20 albums of the whole 90s I've not actually said. It's difficult to believe. Bye.